Hi everyone, my name is Victor and I am one of the authors of Technique.com. Today, we're going to continue with our Learn Linux from Scratch series and we're going to be looking at piping and I/O redirection in Linux. So we're going to start with I/O redirection first before we look at what piping is. So what is I/O? I/O simply means input and output. And what is redirection? Redirection simply means pointing or redirecting. So that in all means you can point or redirect the input or output of a file. There are three streams of I/O redirection in Linux. We have the standard output, we have the standard input, and we have the standard error. Here, this is standard output, this is standard input, and it is stdin in short form, and this is standard error in stderr in short form. So the output and input of a command can be redirected in Linux for various reasons. I remember when I was executing a project, I had to redirect the output of various commands to another location just because I wanted to compare the file in the location I redirected into after I have finished what I was doing. In that project, I remember that I was upgrading several Red Hat Enterprise Linux 6 servers to Route 7. So we're going to start with standard output. So standard output requires using the greater sign to redirect the output of a command. And we're going to see how we can do this with examples. The greater than sign is used to redirect the output of a command. So for example, I can view the content in the fstab file using the cat command. But if I don't want to view this command and I just want to redirect it to a file, I'm going to use the greater than character. So I'll just do cat etc/fstab. Then I'm going to redirect the output of this command to a different location, say /tmp/test5. So I can check the content in test5. So you can see that the output of the command I was supposed to have is already in test 5. I have redirected it to test 5. So this is a standard output redirection. If I also want to list the content in slash boot, for example, this is the content in slash boot, but I can also choose to redirect the output of ls to that the output of ls/boot to tmp/test5 as well. But this time around, I'm going to use the greater than sign twice because if I use the greater than sign once, it's going to overwrite the content I already have in /tmp/test5 file. So I have to use the greater than sign twice so that it will not overwrite the file. Then I can say to /tmp/test5. So if I check the command in tmp test5, so you can see the output of ls/boot already in test5, and you can see that the content are not overwritten. So let's talk about standard input. Standard input means the input of a file can as well be redirected from a file. So if I have the content in a file, that content in that file can be read and be redirected to the shell. And the lesser than sign is used to redirect the input of a file. So for example, if I want to use the word count command, say I want to count the number of words in dialog messages and I want it to be displayed to the shell, I can use the standard input to do that. And I say /var/log/messages. So this is how you use the standard input command. Again, if I want to print the new line count, I can use the option -L to do that. Then I can see the new line count. The third stream of IO redirection is the standard error. There are times you run a command on the shell, you would see some errors with the output that is displayed, and you might not like that. So you can redirect an error to another different location. So basically, the standard error is used to redirect the output of an error to a different location. And the character for that is 2 greater than sign. So let's do an example. So for example, if I run this command to see the sizes of for the whole entire system, I can run this command. Okay, so let me broaden my screen. So you can see the errors here. Sometimes you might run a command and you see a lot of errors and you might not be able to really understand the output of the command you run. So if you don't want to see all of these errors and you want to redirect the error to a different location, you can use the standard error. And sometimes you might also want to redirect the error to a different location for further analysis. So in this case, to use the standard error, you use the command du-sch, then after the command, you use the character for standard error, which is 2 greater than sign, and to the file you want to redirect it to, I can redirect it to tmp/test6. So you can see that the errors are not displayed anymore. And if you want to further view the errors for analysis, you can just go to the file you redirected it to and see the error in the file. So this is how you use a standard error in Linux. Also, yeah, don't forget that if you don't want to overwrite the content in test6 file, you use the 2 greater than sign, then you make sure that the greater than sign is used twice. So this is how you use the standard input, standard output, and standard error commands in Linux. So in the next class, we'll look at how we're going to use pipe in Linux. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to this channel. Bye for now.